So I thought I'd make this quick video just to talk about the extraterrestrial message for humanity. So what is the extraterrestrial message for humanity? So I guess the message is, and of course I can't speak on behalf of every extraterrestrial in the universe because of course every being in creation has different perspectives, different attitudes and different messages to share. But there's an overall general theme or overall general message that seems to be the message from all extraterrestrial civilizations, whether we're speaking to people who have been abducted and have communications with like Greys and the Zetas, or people that have connected with them in the dream time, or astral, or channeling, or these various ways in which people have connected with the extraterrestrial consciousness through experiences and contactees and channelers. The overall message is the same for humanity, and the message is, I guess in a sense, the same message that all religions have pointed to, that all spiritual teachings have pointed to. The idea that there's a different way we can live our lives. We can tap into a new consciousness, a higher consciousness, and live our lives in that way so as to benefit our planet and humanity. So, the message is, the extraterrestrial message is, that has come to us through the stars, is that we need to evolve. Well, we don't need to, it's our choice, but if we want to have decent lives, it's time to evolve. It's time for humanity to ascend to a new plane of consciousness. And the message is that this is an ascension that is happening. This is a transition that's happening naturally. We're naturally moving into a new place in the universe, in the galaxy, our solar system is, our planet is, where the frequencies are different and we're literally transcending into a new level of consciousness. And the extraterrestrial communication that is ramping up at this time is a reflection of that shift into this new state of consciousness, new state of awareness. We are becoming more aware of ourselves, of our infinite true divine nature. We are awakening to the realization that we are not physical beings, we are not physical humans. Well, of course we are, but this is just one aspect of ourselves, one aspect of our soul, one aspect of our ultimate consciousness. And ultimately we are, well, indescribable, I guess. We can't point to what this new consciousness is with words, but there have been many attempts to, such as pure awareness, pure consciousness, the bliss state, the I am state, the absolute, spirit, all that is, oneness. The idea is that we're shifting to a perspective of consciousness, a perspective of reality, which no longer limits us to our physical bodies, to our minds, bodies, emotions. We're coming to the realization that we are, in a sense, infinite consciousness, pure awareness. There is a state of consciousness beyond our day-to-day thinking. And this is what the extraterrestrials are pointing us to. They're pointing us to this realization. They're saying that your planet is on the verge of destruction. You've gone way off track on your planet. You know you're destroying your planet. Blah, 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 blah. Pollution, depression, wars, anxiety, mental illness, families breaking down. Like, we all know that there's something majorly up with this reality, with this plane, with this earth existence. And the idea is that we've gone off track. When we went into third density, the consciousness that we are presently in, the consciousness of the solar plexus, the consciousness of relationship with others from a mind-based perspective, we sort of got lost. We have these physical minds that are designed to carry out tasks, to help us achieve certain things in this physical reality, but we came under the misperception that our physical minds are the ultimate nature of our consciousness. There is nothing beyond our physical mind. And we need to use our physical minds to create our reality, to keep us safe in this hostile universe where we are random mutations that could be wiped out at any minute. But the extraterrestrial message is that there's a new consciousness, there's a new way we can perceive our reality, there's a new way we can perceive our world. And they are sharing with us tools and techniques to enable us to enter this consciousness, to enter this new reality, so we can actually experience it for ourselves. So it's not just a philosophy or a dogmatic religion that doesn't make any sense, but they're actually giving us tools and techniques that can enable all of us to simply experience this transition into a new state of consciousness and experience it for ourselves, so we know it's real, so we know there's a new way we can create our reality, we know there's a new way we can live our lives. And so the tools they are sharing with us are generally the extraterrestrials that I channel and connect with are sharing the idea of following our highest excitement, following our joy, following our passion moment to moment to the best of our ability, because they know that this is going to put us back into contact with our higher selves. They know this is going to put us back into contact with our true nature, because our higher self is always trying to guide us in every moment down the path of least resistance to that which we wish to create in this reality, this new golden age, this new exciting, blissful, joyful, awakened, enlightened, expansive state of consciousness that they know we want to create in our reality. They know we are beginning to understand in our consciousness. And they know that if we follow our excitement, that is the guidance of our higher self, and it is going to bring us back into alignment. It is going to bring us back into this centered state of being from which we begin to perceive reality from a state of pure consciousness, a state of pure awareness, a state of being that frees us up from our worries and our thoughts and our identifications with mind and our daily struggles, because we come to see that we are that consciousness. We are not our mind, we are not our body, we are not our emotions, we are not our problems. We are the pure consciousness, the pure awareness within which all things exist, including us. And as we begin to shift into this state of consciousness through following our excitement, we can begin to relax. We begin to see that we're free, we're infinite consciousness, we're immortal, we're eternal. Yes, we've got struggles on this earth, but they're ultimately not true. And we can begin to use this consciousness to smooth out the journey on the earth, because that's another part of the extraterrestrial message, the idea that we create our own reality. This idea of what's often been called the law of attraction. The idea is that we're creating our reality moment to moment within our consciousness. We could call this karma. This is what's been interpreted as karma in Eastern religions, but the idea is that what we put out is what we get back. Our inner vibrational state creates our outer reality. So if we're experiencing peace and joy and love and harmony and excitement and bliss and gratitude for life, we're going to see that reflected in our outer reality. We're going to see nicer people attracted into our reality. We're going to attract more abundance into our reality. We're going to experience better weather. It's just going to be more joyful. Our outer reality is a reflection of our inner state of being. Our vibrational state of consciousness, our inner vibrational state, sends out a resonance to creation, and creation reflects back that resonance. We literally create our reality. I guess technically how it works is we are infinite consciousness, this pure awareness, this pure infinite consciousness. And how we choose this physical life, this human physical incarnation, is we chose to resonate on a specific frequency. And all of creation is just frequency. And how ourselves as the infinite creator in form experience densified, individuated aspects of consciousness, such as this human experience, a very dense, limited perspective of our infinite nature, is we create a vibrational state within ourselves that creates that reality. For all reality is vibration. And whatever vibration we sync up with is the reality we create for ourselves. So what's happening when we begin to take on these teachings of the extraterrestrials of matching a vibrational state of joy, of bliss, of peace through the various techniques they share with us, such as following our excitement, meditation. These techniques for entering this aligned, centered, blissful state of consciousness. The more we enter into this state of consciousness, the more we are shifting into a new reality, a new dimension of awareness, a new dimension of our infinite nature. Because we are literally choosing to tune into a new vibrational state of consciousness, because vibration is everything. Vibration is the nature of reality. And we literally, this is actually how the UFOs work. This is how they teleport in and out of reality, and why you sometimes see them disappear and appear over here, or they'll suddenly blink on or disappear. They literally tune their frequency to the reality they wish to shift into, and because their ships are actually living organisms, an actual physical manifestation of their higher selves, their higher mind, they're actually synced up with their ships. And what they do is they shift their vibratory state to the vibration of planet Earth, and they'll pop into our reality, or they shift their vibrational state to the vibrational frequency of the Andromeda civilization, and they'll blink out of Earth reality and blink into the Andromeda civilization. And while we're not quite at that level yet of instantaneous teleportation collectively as a species, vibrationally, energetically and evolutionarily, we can use this idea, use this understanding of how they create their reality, how they pop in and out of vibrational realities to create better realities for ourselves. And so what we can do is we begin to shift our vibrational state. We begin to shift our frequency to a vibration that includes more joy, more bliss, more creativity, more abundance. We shift this vibrational state within ourselves. And there's many ways we can do this. The traditional techniques such as meditation, self-inquiry, an Eastern technique, contemplation, all these spiritual practices, they're all designed to merge us inwards into our centered state of being, more aligned with our soul, our Atman, as they say in the East, our higher self, these aspects of ourselves more closely aligned to our infinite nature, our infinite consciousness, which is, as they say in the East, Sat Chit Ananda, which stands for awareness, consciousness, bliss, or something like that. And the idea is that through these spiritual techniques, such as following our excitement, moment to moment, to the best of our ability, we align with this centered state of consciousness that is more vibrationally compatible to the reality we prefer. More joy, more bliss, more expansiveness, more creativity, more abundance. And it's a state of shifting our vibrational state within ourselves, which acts through the law of attraction to create this in our reality outwardly. And in a sense, this is the extraterrestrial message. We create our own reality vibrationally through our state of being. The vibrational states we attune to within ourselves, whether it's through these practices or merely choosing to enter the bliss state, as some people can. By choosing to do this, we are shifting to a parallel reality, creating to a dimension of consciousness within our own infinite nature of these vibrational states we give up. So the idea is, as we follow our joy, follow our passion, as we are guided to by these extraterrestrial civilizations, as we practice meditation and these spiritual techniques to transcend our limitation and our beliefs and our fears, we shift into a state of consciousness, of bliss, of joy, of creativity, of expansion, of abundance, and this gets reflected in our outer reality. And this is how we begin to create this fourth density golden age, begin to shift into this fifth dimension, age of Aquarius, or these names of this new age that is birthing. It's all about, it's an inside job. The fourth density, the fifth dimension, is an inside job because we've got to do it ourselves. We have to shift our inner vibrational frequency, and the more we shift individually, we are creating a new version of Earth within ourselves. We're literally shifting from parallel dimension to parallel dimension to parallel dimension. So when we make dramatic shifts within ourselves, one moment. So you get the message, you get the understanding. It's all about, because it's also co-creation. We're co-creating this reality. Like this ball, this sphere, this globe that we're stuck to, spinning through space at thousands of miles an hour, we call Earth, is a collective manifestation. We see, while we create our reality vibrationally, it is also a co-creation. And this is why we're limited to certain realities such as gravity and electromagnetic forces and the sun heating our planet and all these things we collectively experience. It's because we collectively co-agreed upon this. And as we begin to shift our reality, as we begin to shift our frequency individually and collectively, we begin to see our outer reality shift and change and transform into this fourth density, fifth dimensional golden age and love and light that we have been moving towards for a long time. And this is the extraterrestrial message. So, if you have any questions, post them in the comments below and I would be glad to expand. Have a wonderful day. Shivaya, Earth humans. Shivaya, good day.